Hello, I'm Marcin Zaborowski. Welcome back to World Talks, where every word matters. President of the US, Joe Biden, will not campaign for his re-election anymore. Having lost much support of his party leaders, Biden decided to withdraw from the race to the White House. Now, to talk about possible implications of the decision and possible candidates to replace the president, we're joined by expert in American politics, Marcin Zaborowski, Policy Director of the Future Security Program at Globsec. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, big news. How does Joe Biden's decision not to seek a second term change the outlook for the US election campaign?
Well, it is big news, but it is also the news which was very much expected. Over the last few days, the momentum has grown for Joe Biden to step down and for Kamala Harris to be named as his potential successor. We have known it for a while, ever since this disastrous debate, which happened about 3 weeks ago between Trump and Biden, during which Biden clearly underperformed. Since then, we had a Republican convention, during which Trump received formally the nomination of the party. He named his running mate J.D. Vance. There was also an attempted assassination of Donald Trump, so it looked like that the Republicans had a unquestionable momentum in this context. And now the announcement of Joe Biden can start to change the dynamic of the race. The next few days we'll see. For now, we don't even know whether Kamala Harris will actually be the nominee. She has the endorsement of President Biden. She has the endorsement of former President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, and many other powerful people in the Democratic Party. But it will need to be the Democratic Convention, which will happen in mid-August, which will officially endorse which officially will make the nomination of the party for the election.
Now, Joe Biden is very much still the president of the United States, but as we know, he's about to go away. Now, some argue that it will have a huge impact on the US-Ukraine and US-Russia relations. What's your take on that?
Joe Biden will be addressing the nation, I understand, within the next 48 hours, and I expect Ukraine to feature prominently during that speech. In his address from the Oval Office, which is a rare occasion, he will talk about 4 years of his presidency. So clearly the issue of unity of NATO and the United States' role in endorsing Ukraine is one of the elements of his ticket that he's very proud of. And also we know that this is one of the elements which distinguishes both parts of the political spectrum in the United States, with Biden being strongly endorsing Ukraine and dedicating a huge amount of money to put his mouth where his word is, and at the same time, Republicans being skeptical, former President Trump himself being critical of donating aid to Ukraine, and his running mate J.D. Vance being an outspoken critic of endorsing Ukraine and actually publicly saying that Ukraine should not only negotiate but should be compromising on its territorial integrity. So if we have a situation in which Biden steps down, he's replaced as a nominee by Kamala Harris, who made a very strong address during the Munich Security Conference, endorsing Ukraine, supporting Ukraine, and sounding like a real Atlanticist, we will have a very clear choice. I mean, the Americans will have very clear choice. They will not mostly vote because of the foreign policy views and designation, but if its element comes into the calculation, the choice is very clear.
Mm-hmm. Right. It seems that the Democratic Party finds itself in a difficult position as it was campaigning, of course, for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, his VP, and now it was raising money for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, if someone else was to step in, what happens with all the money raised so far?
So the campaign has about $100 million in its coffers, which is a significant amount of money, but it's not a huge amount of money by the standards of the cost of U.S. campaign. So that kind of money, this 100 million, which is there in the coffers of the Democratic Party, will not be controlled by Kamala Harris until she is officially endorsed by the party. So that means until the mid-August. So we still have about 3 weeks to go until she can actually use this money. Meanwhile, however, during the last 24 hours since the announcement of President Biden, it seems like that she's been extremely successful in gathering pledges from other donors of the Democratic Party. I understand that she has received pledges to the tune of $60 million within the last 24 hours or less so. So that looks like that the donors are happy, and the donors will be supporting the continuation of this ticket, and will be supporting the decision of President Biden, meaning his endorsement of Kamala Harris.
It also seems that Donald Trump is very happy about the current situation, and he already stated that it would be easier to beat Kamala Harris. We also know that she's not doing particularly well in debates. Therefore, do you think that she's a sort of a lesser opponent for Donald Trump than Joe Biden?
I would not believe that Donald Trump is happy with his decision. I mean, he's bound to say so. But I think that decision complicates the strategy of the Republican Party, and I think hugely so, because the party was really successfully leading the argument that Joe Biden is too old, that he lacks the energy, that he lacks stamina, and that argument was being proven correct during the debate, when it was clear that Joe Biden was grappling with the consequences of his age and his lack of energy. So now the whole strategy of the Democratic Party will have to change. They will have to find a new way of attacking the new nominee. And it complicates the job of strategizing and the job of organizing the campaign.
Mm-hmm. Now, Leslie, how realistic are how realistic is that other candidates may step in instead of Kamala Harris? We've already mentioned Michelle Obama. There's the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. If not Kamala Harris, who else?
Well, I think that Michelle Obama is not a likely candidate, because she never said she's interested in politics. I mean, in fact, repeatedly she said that she is uninterested and she will not seek a nomination of a party. I mean, she's sort of known to be skeptical about involvement, engagement in politics, and of the cost that it has for personal life. So I don't think that's going to happen. However, it would look, yes, that would bring a very different momentum to the party. As for Gavin Newsom, I mean, he represents California. California, which always votes for Democrats, no matter what. So he doesn't really bring anything. He wouldn't bring anything into the ticket, which which represents a very obvious added value to the Democratic campaign. So, and also there is actually very little time left till the nomination process. So we have 3 weeks. The Democratic Party has already lost a lot of time. I think that now the party will be really circling around the endorsee of President Biden, meaning Kamala Harris. She's the one which has the greatest recognition. She's the one which is just a very obvious choice. So yes, it's possible that some other people will appear on the ticket, but I think it's unlikely that it will be somebody else than Kamala Harris who will actually receive the nomination of the Democratic Party.
Marcin Zaborowski, Policy Director of the Future of Security Program at Globsec, was our guest this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. That is all for now, and stay with us for much more here on TVP World.